Ralph, everybody, Sandra. I'm doing very, very well. Laura, my dear, how are you enjoying this beautiful weather? I hope. It is the evening in the UK. Thank you for joining me from there and around the world. What's up, everybody? It's time to get it going. Let's get some questions going. I think a guest joining me this afternoon, maybe. Everybody, welcome, welcome, welcome. Don't forget, friends, family, associates, Friday, how to build a community. That's what we're going to do. Evan Carmichael, the incredible. What's going on, my friend? Dickie Bakey, good to see you as well. Go, Evan, go. I appreciate you. Unbelievable YouTube. Glenn from Sydney, Jeremy Greenfield. What's going on, man? Let's see here. Happy Sunday to everybody. Absolutely. It's a blessed day. I'm so ready for this week. Just so fired up for this week. We are moving and grooving. Thank you, Jake. I think we'll pin that up there. If you want to register for free training on Fridays, all you got to do is text me at 949-298-2905. If you have questions or want to register, email me, david@dmeltzer.com. It's all at the bottom there, all pinned in for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Looking for my friends. Peta, are you here? Let's see who's in the house. Whoa, so many people. Oh my goodness, all right. What's the best market for investment right now for a 20-month hold and make a decent profit? Look, I think go in your area, in your market of your area. Find a market that you like and find an expert in that market and ask them for a 24 months hold. See something that's oversold right now, hold it for 24 months and sell it. That's what I would do if it's a 20-month. But it's your time. Hey, Andrew, good to see you. Your time and your risk tolerance. So remember, that's how it is. Look in here, see who wants to go into what's going on. We got live here. Hello, everyone. Let's get some questions going. Peta, are you here? I see Jakey's looking for you. Hi, Liv. Good to see you. Hope you had a great weekend there in the East Coast. Love from Mumbai. I love Mumbai. I had one of the best speaking engagements there as well. Let's see who's in the house. Glenn has a question. Let me see here. Someone, I think I switched this here. There we go. Sorry. All right. What percentage do you look at when it comes to risks? It depends, man. Oh, there's Peta. Let me put Peta in there. Sorry. Here we go. The Incredible Olympian is
Can you
Peta.
guys hear me? David, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can.
Nice. There's certain people, man. I've been waiting so long to meet you. You're such an inspiration, not only to the kids, but to the world, man. Everybody knows both Summer and Winter Olympics. What are you doing right now to inspire people, my friend?
So I've just qualified for my third Olympic Games, the Tokyo Olympics, which has been delayed 1 year. So
Committee here in the U.S. So I was hoping to see you this summer in person.
well, I travel across over there, a lot, but thanks to all of the COVID stuff, I'm stuck here at home, and there's not many places I can get to except out on my kayak to paddle, and lots of training going on. So
Yeah, it's not hurting the training, is it? It's still able to do that.
if anything, it's actually helping the training. I mean, we're given an extra year to prepare for Tokyo. My house is actually set up like a gym. So I wake up and there's equipment everywhere. There's sandbags. So it hasn't hurt it in any way. But I think it's exciting times for us athletes. There's that little bit of uncertainty with everything. But overall, we're excited because we all get an extra year to get ready.
Yeah, unless you're on the very tail end of your career and you're hanging on for a year, it's a definite benefit. um, what do you feel? You're so disciplined, you're so inspirational. People ask me all the time about the difference between motivation and inspiration. Do you see a distinction between the two? And if so, what do you think the difference is?
I well, I wrote a book on motivation, huh? And I think something we got to be careful of is the semantics of words. I mean, if someone has an understanding of what motivation means, and if that means the exact same thing as what another person's understanding of inspiration means, then the key point is that the understanding is what's important to the person. I mean, inspiration can be something that can draw you towards it. Motivation can be momentary. I can watch a movie and be motivated, and then I might get to the gym the next morning, but it may not get me through. It may not get me through a week or a month, or the classic example is the New Year's resolutions. We're motivated. With 1st of January, we get up and we're like, okay, let's go. By the 5th of January, we're sitting back in our chair. We're like, what the hell happened? Why am I? So I think inspiration, it's something that can draw you towards it. But I think also that motivation can, over a long term, if you do the small habits every single day, it can lead to that larger motivation that's ongoing, and hopefully you can then inspire others to live a motivated life. So.
Yeah, and I know that's both of our missions, you and I, are to inspire others, to inspire others. But you bring up a really good point that a lot of people don't understand. I talk about stable data, and we're having racial tensions and separation and segregation and all these things going on in America right now. And people aren't taking the time to ask, what do you mean by that? They immediately put their definition on a term or on a situation or experience, instead of being open and saying, okay, when you say inspiration, what do you mean? When you say this matters to you, what do you mean? Because we may be saying the same thing. And if you travel the world like you and I with food, this happens to me, right? I'm talking about the exact same type of food as the other person, but the names are completely different. And when we finally have alignment, they're like, oh, baklava. Yeah, we got that. I think it's so important to get that alignment.
Absolutely, and I think one of the challenges that I see with the current situation is that people are arguing the same thing. A lot of people aren't actually realizing that they're on the same side, which is, I believe that the majority of humankind is for good. We all want a better life. We all want better for humanity, but we don't realize that we're yelling at each other, and a lot of the time we're yelling the same thing, just with different words. And it's like I said before, it's semantics. If our overall goal is the betterment of humanity, then we need to stop and listen as much as we speak. It's easy just to yell our point of view without stopping and saying, hang on a second, let me try and understand them for the greater good, because my goal isn't to prove I'm right. My goal is to get a better life for everybody. And we have to be able to see past that.
The other thing that people have trouble seeing is, and I see Olympians, and I'm blessed to be a part of it, not as an athlete, but as, an executive. But people can't understand the conflict between a long-term goal, right? This will be 5 years for you training for these coming Olympics, and what you need to do every day. They seem to think, when I tell them, detach your emotions from that long-term outcome. Have the long-term outcome, but attach your emotions to what we're doing today, right? Enjoy the consistent, persistent pursuit of your potential. How do you utilize that blend of those long-term goals with what you have to do today?
And that's exactly right. I mean, we have to have the long. So there's some sort of direction. Sorry, I think there you are. We have some goals, so there's something we're moving towards. But what's actually going to get us there is, as you said, these small steps that we take every single day. I mean, at the end of the day, there's one of a few things that's going to happen towards our goal. We're either going to achieve our goal, or we're going to fail in achieving our goal. But the greater outcome isn't whether we achieve our goal. It's what happens to us as a person in pursuit of that goal. the people that we meet. And this is a mistake I made when I was younger. My whole life was about making Olympic. I'm going to be an Olympian. And coming into 3 Olympics, what I actually found was that the goal was never about, the happiness was never about being an Olympian. The happiness was about pursuing something bigger than yourself. It's about who you became as a person. And it's about the people like yourself that you meet on the journey. I would never have met you if it wasn't for my pursuit of the Olympics. So that to me is a goal, in which case you can't lose. Even if you don't quite achieve your goal because God or the universe has a different plan for you, but you meet these people, what a win in life, and the better person that you become.
Yeah, I watch you a lot, and I'm so grateful to have you in my life as well, and even virtually here as a friend. But I try to stress upon people that we're the only species that can co-create. We're the only ones that create their own environment, and that when we feel or experience true inspiration, as I define it, as feeling good and having a higher frequency or a higher vibration that we're allowed to share with others, it's usually in the state of creation. And when we're co-creating with this unbelievable source of not only light and love and energy, but lessons, right? And we're not going to learn any lessons without having the long-term trajectory that we have and coordinating it with the co-creation. What do you think when you're co-creating that causes that, experience of connectivity, not just to, God or what you believe in as your source, but to everything and everyone?
I probably the greatest piece of advice I got was when I was 21, just a few years ago, just a couple of years ago. This man,
I 21 year old. I'm way past there.
I've been 25 a few times. So this man said to me, he was one of the heads of he owned one of the Australia. So he was a very wealthy and successful man, and he said to me, Peter, God or the universe will give you anything that you ask of him if you're willing to give it all back. And it didn't hit me at that time. It didn't hit me at that time because I wasn't ready for the lesson, but I held the lesson. A few years later, I then got it, and I was like, you know what? I need to start giving more. I need to start creating and providing opportunities for other people if I'm going to have the nerve to stand up and ask the universe for something. I have to be willing to give it all back. And ever since my mind changed towards that, I've been a little bit more successful in life.
Well, it's so funny because that relationship that exists between giving and receiving is the crux of where my biggest lessons were learned, where I always believed in giving, but I didn't understand the relationship that, God or the universe wants me to live in abundance, to have as much as I can, as long as I'm willing to give it all away, to give my life away to others instead of, trying to pay my own bills, trying to pay other people's bills and letting it come through me. And it's so amazing when I started realizing I don't give to receive. I receive so I can give. And the more that I can receive, the more that I can give. And I'm more than willing to give my life away for that experience of expansion, growth, and acceleration.
Well, that's one of the great reasons that I'm connected with you is that when I look at the influencer space, out there on Instagram and everything, I really appreciate people like yourself who are just, you have a heart when you do it. There's a certain demographic, and I don't like to be a negative person. I'm always positive.
Yeah.
There's a certain demographic who you can tell they do things just so that other people can see them doing something. Whereas when I feel your energy, when I see your posts, when we connect on that level, I can just see that you're doing it because you have a natural passion for it, and that that energy it's attractive to people. It pulls people towards it, and I think that's the sort of energy that's going to change the world, and that is on your platform changing the world one person at a time.
That's it. I'm looking for 1,000 people like you. And I saw Trevor Moad in here, one of my college buddies, and another mentor of mine, someone who's on the same frequency of co-creation, collaboration, giving, positivity. You know, it's not just a mindset that you have, Peta. You have a heart set. And that's, I think, a frequency builder is that, and it's in a lot of great athletes. We have to be extremely disciplined, strategic, and have a tremendous mindset to do the little things every day and to become a little bit better and trust that we're becoming a little bit better, even though we don't see it. And sometimes we see the exact opposite. We see less of a performance. We see pain. We see other things, but yet we have faith that we're getting better. But it's the heart set that's so interesting to me, because I think a lot of people, like you say, can teach the mindset with alternative heart issues, meaning they may be projecting and scarce or manipulative, overselling, back end selling, you know, trying to do things that, you know, to be quite candid, I did when I was young, right? I understand that very, very well. And I don't go and blame or judge anyone else or put conditions, but I know that if I can empower people like you with that mindset and heart set, that, you know, for 15 years, you've been helping homeless kids, for example, that's out of passion. That's out of pure passion and love. There's plenty of other things that you could utilize with your time, but I would love to hear finally, as we get off here, you know, how much that means to you comparatively for the training and the heroic flag waving and all the things you get to do compared to the simple fact that you're changing lives by helping so many homeless children.
Yeah, so I'm the first Goodwill ambassador for UNICEF into the Pacific. But ever since I was 18, I worked with homeless youth, and you know, as I went through that process, when I first started, I thought that I would go in there and I'd save the whales kind of thing. I would go there and I'd change these lives. But what I actually learned was that they taught me more than I could have ever taught them. Everything that I've learned about living a motivated life and a happy life is because I learned from these homeless youth over so many years that you can go through the worst possible conditions in life and anyone can come out on top. And then, so they gave me that gift of their knowledge. And, you know, and I feel a responsibility, but also it's a pleasure to be able to take that knowledge and in some way, you know, or through some sort of action. So, you know, I'm blessed to have worked with them. You know, they might say that they're happy that I worked with them, but I feel like I got the greatest gift by learning from them. So
I know how that feels, and you've already won the gold medal in my heart, my friend, and I can't wait to see you next summer in Japan. I will be there cheering you on, and you got a huge supporter and fan, regardless of how it occurs. You've already won in my book, and please come back and share with me anytime you want. I appreciate you coming on.
Okay, David, much appreciated. Hey, thank you, and thank you to everyone watching.
Yeah, the great Peta, cheer him on. Keep it up. Thank you. That's awesome. Yeah, man, there's a lot more heart in those athletes than you can ever imagine. Everybody, Brooke, Dan, Paul, everybody, amazing people, right? On a Sunday, I just had to do it. Jump on for a few minutes. Let's answer a few more questions and go ahead and see what we can do here. We're not going to beat that. I can tell you, we had Dr. George yesterday and Peta today. How can you elevate your frequency? Practice. Practice elevating your frequency. It's the same as, you know, getting big biceps or triceps or your abs. You got to work them out every day. Work your frequency out. Meditate. Find your highest frequency. Use the thermostat of how you feel. You know, intuition, all these things that you may not think are real. Practice those things. Practice the things that allow you to get what you want in your life. And I think you'll find some great lessons that will come to you. What are some good outreach strategies? I have a simple outreach strategy. For me, it's being more interested than interesting, in person, on the phone, via email, and social media, radio, print, and TV, all media, and I'm always asking and attracting. I'm asking how I can be of service or of value, and I'm asking, do you know anybody who can help me, which is the harder question, the one that needs radical humility. So that's the only strategy I use. I teach it, I coach it, I get on people as an accountability partner. I have them check their sent messages and their emails to say, hey, how many of those emails actually have some sort of ask involved there? What are you actually doing? You know, people are good at talking the talk, but are you walking the walk? And that's the hard part. And are you honest with yourself? And, you know, I don't walk the walk every minute, every moment, every day, every week, every month, but I'm getting better and better. I'm working out those muscles. And that's what I want you to do is to enjoy the consistent, persistent pursuit of your potential. It works. As Danny McGinnis there, he knows it's some simple stuff. What's the best way to introduce a new idea to someone without impeding upon their beliefs? Uh, Ask open-ended questions. You know, when you want to find, this is what we're talking about, stable data. Hey, what do you mean by that? What do you like about that? What don't you like about that? Ask the questions. You don't have to make a statement. You can get aligned with not only credibility, but with the emotional attachment, and then you can quantify distinctive properties of your capability, skills, knowledge, desire, supplement and synergistic to what's going on. You can do that if you ask questions, if you're more interested than interesting, if you're non-judgmental, the best that you can be, if you catch yourself when you're judging or putting conditions upon something and separating, don't separate. You don't need to be separate or superior or inferior. Find the alignment. Work within the context of how connected we are. A tree has no branches. A tree has no branches. One branch would not go to war against another branch. Let's find that connection. Uh, Very good. Let's pop through this one right here. What is the difference between having followers and ambassadors? Uh, Look, a follower is someone who watches. That's all they are. They watch you. You entertain them. You know, they're on your feed, and it's like, oh, look at the dancing David Bear. Do, 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 do. That's not working for me, right? An ambassador is someone that's empowered by me to empower somebody else. Hopefully, you know, in my lifetime, I can find 1,000 of those people that will empower 1,000 to empower another 1,000, 1,000 times 1,000's a million times 1,000's a billion, and we can create a collective consciousness together. But I'm okay if somebody just is an ambassador and they're empowering other people with little statements of light, love, and lessons that they've learned that they haven't had to pay the dummy tax. And maybe there's quick things like saying thank you before you go to bed or when you wake up, or reaching out and coming to my trainings on Friday. Building a community this week is going to be a huge one. Everyone has such a capability to build their own ambassadorship. So I'm doing a training on Friday, every Friday. The replay you can watch anytime on YouTube, but it's 11 a.m. Pacific if you want to come live with me. 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern time every Friday. It's going to be on building a community, personal, professional, how to build that ambassadorship, people to empower others, and hopefully even empower others. So that's a key distinction. TikTok's good for followers. I'm looking for ambassadors. Um, have you invested in airport stocks in the past few months? No, I have not invested in any stocks. And I'll tell you why. Because I've learned years ago that I can't control the stock market. And I um, personally want to put my attention and my intention into making money. And I'll allow the money that I made to grow at a very stable, guaranteed rate, a normal rate. There's plenty of vehicles out there. I use annuities and IULs and other things that allow me to guarantee my return on investment and have to pay no energy, no attention or intention into my savings. I put my intention and attention into co-creating and creating and doubling the amount of money I make as fast as I can. And I wish I could have back all the time and money and resources that I wasted trying to outwit the stock market. Not for me. If you are going to get in the stock market, go ahead. If you want airport stocks, go find an expert in airport stocks and go ahead and ask them when something's oversold, if something's sold on emotion, and then buy in and ask them to call you when it's overbought. Someone that's been in that market for 30, 40 years, they'll be able to help you better than I can. Backlash tonight. Liam, I'm not sure what that means, but that sounds cool. Sorry, I just don't know. Is that a TV show? I hear you talk a lot about overlooking sleep's importance. Yes. Any other areas that people overlook? Okay, so sleep's one of the number one thing. I think water is another one, and gratitude's another one. So I think, simply people don't pay attention to the habit that we share 8 hours a day that gets you out of your own way, meaning that you are not in an ego-based consciousness. You are in a subconscious and unconscious connection every single day when you're sleeping. But I think people don't pay attention to simple water, right? Like making sure you drink enough water. If I can give some simple advice, saying thank you before you go to bed and when you wake up every single day. Drink a gallon of water every single day. I just found out, I don't know if it's true, but I just found out that you're actually, from a water guy, the heart water people, that we're not supposed to drink water within 30 minutes, kind of like from swimming, from the time you eat, because it actually takes away from the enzymes and nutritions that we're eating. So don't drink water 30 minutes during or after you eat. Very interesting strategy, but drink enough water every day. So for me, gallon of water, say thank you, are two other areas that are quickly overlooked and very easy to maintain. Um, how can I better my sales pitch? Once you reach out to me, I got a ton of free stuff for you about, stimulating interest, transition interest, sharing a vision, managing, developing that vision, thriving, how to utilize credibility and emotional attachment, how to quickly quantify reasons, how to quickly quantify impact, and what capabilities are, and how to complement or quickly quantify those using the features and benefits and an overall impact that you have. So I have a ton of stuff. Go ahead, text me 949-298-2905. Anyone that wants that stuff on how to do a pitch. Anyone want to email me, david@dmeltzer.com. I also give all my books for free. So give me a ping at 949-298-2905 or email me, david@dmeltzer.com, if you want my books as well. Game Time Decision Making, Connected to Goodness, Compassionate Capitalism, Creating the Life You Love, with Jack Canfield. We got all kinds of good books for you. But just give me a read. We'll send Connected to Goodness first. Let's keep on going through a few of these questions. I got 5 more minutes. I feel like I'm encountering a lot of rejection. Good. That means you're growing. How can I change my focus and energy to find the lesson? Well, first of all, if you're getting no's, that's a good sign because you're asking. Or if you're getting pushed in a different direction. What we want to do is look for the light, the love in what we're doing. So don't change your focus and energy to find the lessons. Lean into the rejection. Lean into it. Ask why. Be more interested. Really analyze, where there's similarities, synergistic and supplementary incidences, and independent and dependent variables that can be critical to lessons that you're learning. Ask for help. Find somebody and say, hey, I think you're in the situation I want to be in. I see you have what I want. Can I have it? Or can you show me how to get it? You know what I mean? It's that simple. We want to build. Once again, reach out. More than happy to help you with that as well. If you were to go back on time, over 30-year-old self, what would you have done differently? Same thing I do today. And I found this out during the quarantine. Man, I tell myself to ask for help, to be radically humble. I still don't ask for help enough. I'm still trying to do stuff on my own. I would rather send my attention and intention into finding somebody that has what I want and asking them for it or asking them how to get it. And being gracious about what value I could provide. But radical humility, by far, I would tell myself. One other thing, though, when I was 30, it's time sensitive for me, is, man, I tell myself, dude, enjoy the fact you can't gain weight. I swear to goodness, man, I wish I could go back and tell my 30-year-old self, hey, enjoy, don't complain to anyone. I remember my boy Matty T worked for me. He was a young man, came from college, and he would complain to me, I can't gain weight, I'm taking protein. That was me from literally 18 until 32. And I complained to people, and the old guys like me were like, are you kidding me, man? You're complaining that you can eat all and everything and can't gain weight? So one little side note there. Sorry, I digress, but I had to tell you people that are younger, if you can eat whatever you want without gaining weight, enjoy it. Enjoy and acknowledge it. What would you recommend to 16-year-old? Where should I start from? Hey, get a mentor. That's where you start from. Find someone that's sitting in the situation that you want to be in. Read the books that teach you what you want to know. Study your skills, your knowledge, and then just grow your desire to must be what you can be. Learn not to quit. learn every time that you think you're done, push yourself one more time. Every time you think you have nothing left, push yourself one more time. Just one more time. Tell yourself one more time. I'm too tired. I can't. No, one more time. I can't do one more time. One more time. One more time. There's tons of different videos out there. Do it one more time. Skills, knowledge, desire. You can do it. Find a mentor that sits in the situation you want to be in. Please, 16-year-old, you're going to save the world, my friend. We want you on board. Let me know I can be of service. What quote should I go to today? It's a Monday morning and I'm about to get to school. Show me your friends and I'll show you your future. If you're going to school today, Monday morning, show me your friends and I'll show you your future. Be more interested than interesting. Be kind to your future self and do good deeds. But remember, you're the aggregate of the 5 closest friends that you have right now. Make sure they're the right friends. They're not bleeding you, they're feeding you. Feed the friends that feed you. Get rid of the friends that bleed you. Any tips on establishing a consistent sleep schedule? Yeah. Focus all activities during the day by being a student of your calendar towards the objective of what time you're going to wake up tomorrow. Have a wind down routine that is as critical as your wake up routine. Wind down routine will be dietary, temperature, food. I said dietary, temperature, location, all types of activities that you will now wind down. But your entire day should be geared attention to intention of what you have planned, what you don't have planned, towards what time you want to wake up tomorrow, which then will dictate what time you pass out today. And I mean pass out because you're going to have a wind down routine. Mine starts at 9 p.m., my wind down routine, and I have to be out cold by 11, or I'm not going to wake up every day at 4. Hey, David, I'm 23 and I'm from Rwanda. Is it okay to leave home and start from zero, even if you had a chance? Yes, it's always okay. If you want to send everything home to your family, make sure you're in support of them. But it's always okay to vote for what you want according to your values, personal, experiential, giving, and receiving values. Take inventory, no matter where you are in the world, of those 4 things every day, and don't be afraid to be a hypocrite. Learn the lessons you can, and it's okay to leave home. Try to support those people that you leave the best that you can, but make sure you vote for what you want. Ask for advice from those people closest to you. Don't just take off without talking to them. Appreciate their advice and then make a decision for yourself. Vote for what you want. Let's see here. Hey, champion, what are attributes you look for in business partner? Alignment. Hey, Joey. What's up, brother? Alignment with my values. That's what I look for. I also look for strengths that are my weaknesses in a business partner. So I also look for a business partner that has more money than me. It makes it easier to have a business partner that has more money than you. All right, hope that helps. All right. Let's see here. How do you approach taking what you're selling and making it easier to communicate, explaining to a 3-year-old? Practice, practice, practice. This is the biggest thing that I'm practicing right now. How do I take the complex ideas that I have, the studying that I do twice a day, right? I study from 5:30 to 6:30 a.m. every single day. I study from 7:30 to 9 every single day, 7 days a week. How do I do it? Well, I keep on practicing. How can I explain it down to a 3-year-old? Right? I'm blessed to be around a lot of people of different ages, different sizes, different intellects, and different vibrations and frequencies. And I'm trying to see what words mean the same thing as we were talking earlier with PETA to everybody, so I can inspire and empower each person utilizing stable data. And it only comes with practice. And I'm still on that journey. I'm still practicing it. Sometimes I know by the comments that I get that most people may not actually understand what I'm trying to say. And I, for example, am reading the Course in Miracles for 4.5 years or whatever, and I still am peeling off layers of understanding and expect other people to do the same. So, what is good for Serbia business investing? Hey, find a mentor or someone that sits in the situation that you want to be in and ask them, where and what's being oversold right now so you can buy it or sell it or broker it or channel partner it or whatever else your skills, knowledge, and desire allow you to do within the context of where you live and what you do. All right, 2 more questions here. What do you do if you're stuck in quarantine and none of your friends reach out to you ever? Phone works both ways, and also find some new friends. Phone works both ways, and also find some new friends. What a great opportunity. What a great opportunity if your friends are not reaching out to you. Maybe they're not as close friends as you felt. And maybe it's time to find some new friends. Take inventory of your values and find someone that has synergistic and supplementary and align values to what you have, some shared interests. They're all over the place, in person, on the phone, via email and media, radio, print, TV, and social media. Reach out, reach out. The phone works both ways as well. Maybe they're thinking the same thing. Hey, how come Evan hasn't reached out to me? I've done that before too, tons of different times. Uh, I gotta hit this one real quick. How are you guys doing on pool day? Loving it. My kids are awesome. They pushed me in the pool a couple times. So, dog's afraid to go in, by the way. During your quantum shift, what core value did you discover first? Humility. Core value of humility carried me through forgiveness and accountability, allowing me to understand that things come through me, that I don't live in a world of not enough where I'm a victim and everything happened to me, and I wasn't going to live in the world of just for me, just enough. I'm not going to live in that world buying things I didn't need to impress people I didn't like. You know the feeling. That's not for me. I was going to live in a world of more than enough of everything for everyone. That's the world I live in. What's a good addiction to have, by the way? Love, man. Love, light, and lessons. Love's the addiction, man. Happiness is the addiction. It's the virus that spreads by everyone witnessing it. It strengthens you mentally, physically, emotionally. It will actually strengthen your immune system. It will protect you from other viruses. Get addicted to happiness, my friends. Get addicted to it. Enjoy the consistent, persistent pursuit of your potential. Hey, I got to run. We're going to go to birthday dinner tonight. Two of my girls' birthday. One turned 16, the other's turning 19. And I'm going to go out to dinner and social distancing, look over the sunset, and enjoy myself with my family. I suggest you do the same thing. But most importantly, be kind to your future self and do good deeds. I'll see you guys Friday, 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern. Thanks so much.